Welcome to the deep dive. Now, if you, our listener, are deep in the trenches prepping for the ATPL theory exams, you know it's not just about mastering aerodynamics. There's this whole other beast, the electronic brain of a modern airliner. And today, we're tackling a key part of that, the system that manages potential chaos.
Exactly. And we're going beyond just what the system does. We need to understand the safety thinking behind it. Because you've got literally hundreds of sensors pouring data into the cockpit. And all that data, it's not just useless, it can actually be dangerous if it's not properly managed by the flight warning system, the FWS.
So our mission today is a real deep dive into the integrated flight warning system. Think of it as the essential gatekeeper in the cockpit. Its job is basically to prioritize threats, manage your cognitive load as a pilot, and tell you not just, hey, something's wrong, but here's how fast you need to react.
That's the absolute crucial point. Its core purpose is really twofold. First, it produces cautions and warnings to seriously boost the crew's situation awareness. That's key. And second, it gives clear signals about the necessary action you need to take to avoid imminent danger. But the real clever part, the reason we call it integrated, is its ability to filter information.
Filter? How do you mean? Is it just about ranking the alerts, like a league table of problems?
Oh, that's much smarter than that. Integration, yes, it means prioritization. But critically, it also means inhibition. Think about a really critical phase of flight, say just after V1 on takeoff, heading towards V2. Now imagine a minor alert pops up, maybe low pressure on a system that's not vital right then. That could pull the crew's attention away from flying the plane safely. The FWS is programmed to inhibit those non-relevant alerts at critical times. It stops the crew getting swamped by, a multiplicity of warnings that just distract from the main immediate threat. It's like a digital shield for your brain.
Wow, okay, that really reframes it. The system's big job isn't just telling you things, it's deciding what not to tell you when you can't afford the distraction. Right. Okay, let's unpack this, and let's structure it specifically to help you ace those ATPL exams. We need to internalize this universal language of threat, the hierarchy, the specific colors, the sounds, the stuff you need to know cold. So let's start with the foundation, the defined levels of threat.
Absolutely. The FWS takes every single potential problem, every anomaly, and slots it into one of three distinct levels. Getting these levels straight is fundamental because they directly tell you what kind of action is required and how immediately. So let's start at the very top. Level A warnings. These are the big ones. Events that pose an immediate threat to the aircraft's safety or demand a super fast, potentially life-saving response.
Immediate action required, like drop everything and deal with this now, right?
Precisely. The definition is unambiguous. Level A alerts demand immediate crew action, and the standard is high. The warning has to grab the pilot's attention in sufficient time for that action to actually work, to avert the threat. We're talking engine fire, an imminent stall, a collision warning. There's absolutely no time to be fumbling for a checklist. The response has to be instinctive, a memorized procedure, often called a memory item. If the FWS computer calculates that even a few seconds delay would make things unrecoverable, bang, level A warning.
Okay, so if the system is smart enough to manage my thinking, how does it tell the difference between catastrophe now and really serious problem? Which brings us to level B, cautions.
Right. Level B is that zone of serious trouble, but not quite immediate disaster. These cautions require immediate crew alertness. You need to notice it right away. But the response is categorized as subsequent crew action. This means you usually have a short window, maybe 30 seconds, maybe a minute, to look at it, confirm what's going on, and then start the proper procedure, usually by grabbing the checklist, electronic or paper.
Ah, I see. So the difference between A and B isn't just how bad it is, it's whether you have time to think before you act. A is act now, think later. B is pay attention NW, then process and act.
That's a perfect way to put it, yeah. For instance, maybe a generator failure. That could easily be a level B caution. You need to deal with it pretty quickly, but you do have time to run through the checklist steps properly.
And then we have the lowest tier, the least urgent category, level C advisories.
Level C just requires crew alertness.
All right. Many thanks for listening to this free part of the ATPL Theory podcast. If you want to continue learning and access the full comprehensive guide, go to my Patreon at patreon.com/ATPLtheory or my Hero at herohero.co/ATPL. That is patreon.com/ATPLtheory or herohero.co/ATPL. Wishing you all the best